Happy Friday morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, I have brought you guys all the video receipts, all the proof. There's a lot to cover. Let's jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off this morning with King Charles. He went and visited a place called Tomintoul during his summer break at the Balmoral Estate. And one of the things he went to see was a £3.3 million energy efficient housing project, which is supposed to help revitalize the village that he went to visit. So he showed up. He was in his new tartan that we saw the other day. He was greeted by a lot of children. There was a band playing with the bagpipes. You guys know how much I love the bagpipes. There were lots of school children and nursery pupils, and some of them were wearing homemade crowns, and they were, waving the flags. Very cute. He also went to the Discovery Center, and there was a coat that was believed to have belonged to it's somebody called an excise man, which this back in the 1820s when they had whiskey smuggling and violent confrontations and all this stuff. And the coat was found in the rafters of an old house in the village in 2003, and they thought that maybe it was handed down to a servant. That's pretty cool. I love to see him out there having so much fun. Now, while he was out there also, he was gifted a book called The Spirit of Banshire by writer Eleanor Gillespie and Andrew Simpson. Good for him. All right, moving on. Next up, we have Princess Anne, the Princess Royal. She went to the Northern Ireland Investment Summit 2023 in Belfast, where she was seen walking with the Northern Ireland Secretary Chris Heaton Harris and Trade Secretary Kemi Badenoch. There were up to 200 international investors gathered there, and of course, Anne gave a great speech. She's really good at that sort of thing. And I love her work ethic. By the way, did you guys know that she was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 1990? Because I didn't know that. All right, moving on. All right, here we go. Prince William went to a building site in the capital Wednesday morning. He had a discussion about the mental health of UK's construction workers, and he was listening to some statistics, they said, including, and I didn't know this, did you know that they have one of the highest suicidal rates of any industry in the country in London? I would never have known that. But anyway, William met with industry workers to discuss that high suicide rate, which apparently is 3 times the national average. And that equates to 2 men losing their lives every single day. So during his visit, he heard about some of the challenges faced by construction workers. And then he donned full protective gear and went up into the building site. Now, these are things I wouldn't have thought of. He was told that a lot of the issues are high pressure deadlines. I wouldn't have thought of that. Working away from home, the whole quote unquote macho work culture where men don't talk about their feelings. There are concerns over employment contracts because some of them are just temporary. And so William spoke to some of these people during their lunch break. There was a lot going on. And then after he took off all of that, the hard hat and the stuff, he went down to talk to other people, as well as the safety and well-being manager who was there as well. William's thought process is that you need to focus on the prevention rather than crisis management when it comes to the mental health support. Now, the company that's running this particular one, this construction area is called Mace, and they said that they're delivering mental health awareness. There's a new program on their UK construction sites for their supply chain. And that way, in their own words, and that enables everyone to access the right workplace support at the right time. Good on for you, William. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, now we're on to our duplicitous duo. It's already started with Harry looking miserable and Meghan dropping her mask when she doesn't feel like she's getting enough attention. Ugh. So in the meantime, let's move on to her outfit. She was wearing that black dress, which was all wrinkled and looked terrible. Well, They're trying to make this dress sell at $70, okay, on the J. Crew website. And everybody's like, look, guys, run, don't walk, go buy it, sell it. And the idea, I think, here was to sell it out very quickly and, you know, make people that might want to be on her Instagram, look what I can do, look what I can do. I can sell out clothing. Unfortunately, that's not true. The dress did not sell out. So the next thing that happened was fake news came out. The J. Crew website crashed after Meghan Markle appearance at Invictus. No, actually, that's not true. One of my subscribers wrote to me and said that there was planned system maintenance. That's why the site was down. So you think, well, really? Come on. Well, then it was on Twitter, and here's the exchange. And as you can see, J. Crew themselves said it was maintenance and it was coming back up. It had nothing to do with her dress. Nice try, though. So after giving the speech where she tried to make herself relatable by wearing a $70 dress and telling you that she was doing her own hair and makeup, she started copying Diana again. So she puts on this outfit. Now we start to see the outfit changes. And of course, it's unflattering. It's wrinkled. She's doing that very, you know, the walk, left hip, right hip, left hip, right hip. Because when you look at this picture, her hip is so out of joint from the way she's trying to walk. It's ridiculous. Now, all I can do is look at Harry's face because he's back to being hostage Harry. He looks miserable and she's got her eyes right on the camera. You guys, some things never change. He was so much happier before she was there. So she shows up and there goes his face. So you know that down the line, she's like, Harry, you're ruining this for me. You have to smile. You have to look happy. Come on, come on. Once again, look at the stands. They're empty. All right? All right, guys. You know, the press is having to work overtime to make this a success. Here's a perfect example. Meghan got a rock star welcome. Actually, she didn't. When she gave her opening speech where she talked about herself, people were not listening to her. They were talking over her, okay? The crowds leapt to their feet to cheer and applaud. But you've seen the pictures. The stands are empty. They were taken aback by the rapturous welcome. There was no rapturous welcome. The speech, by the way, they're saying at the very beginning was impromptu. No, it wasn't. And we went from candid shots to these absolute set up shots. Typical Meghan Markle. Now, you guys know that I always bring my receipts. So here's from the video of them walking in. And as you can see, the gym has literally been cut in half and the seats around them are empty. Every time they take a picture, they just focus in on the first row to make it look like they're full. But obviously they're not. They're not even close to being full. And here also are some of these setup shots. These are not the candid pictures that we were getting before Meghan showed up. Notice she has her hand on his shoulder. Or she's holding his hand. We're back to the controlling thing again. But these are specific setup shots to try to make you believe that everything is just so fabulous and she's going to smile and she's going to be just as good as Catherine. So the next thing that happens is Meghan is helping to give out medals to the little kids. I'm not sure why she's doing this, why she's involved. This is Harry's thing, not her thing. Maybe she's trying to show everybody that she's really maternal. You could have fooled me. But anyway, here's what I want you to see. They're done giving out the medals. She grabs Harry. We've seen this before, remember at the Intrepid? And in the videos I've shown you where she tries to control him, here it is in slow motion. She's done. This woman walks up. She's like, I'm ready to go. She puts her hand on Harry's back. She says to Harry, she puts her arm down his arm, grabs his hand, and literally starts walking to lead him away. He's not even looking at her. But he starts walking, but he realizes the woman is saying something important. And just like with the Intrepid, he lets go of Meghan's hand and goes back to see whatever it was. Total fail for Meghan. Really, such controlling behavior, like some things never change. So anyway, I don't know why she was involved in this whole thing. Again, this is Harry's thing. Now, Harry, by the way, in the meantime, has been dragged into another controversy. So what this is about is a prisoner of war's granddaughter. His name was James McLean, and she wrote a letter to Prince Harry. He was refusing to acknowledge an occasion that pertains to the World War II Far East prisoner of wars. She said in the letter, this man laid in an unmarked grave for 40 years. He was one of the two pipers who piped the troops over a causeway and endured harrowing conditions, etc., etc. So this woman was upset because even though this is very significant, apparently they reached out to Harry to mark the occasion. He didn't even provide a short letter of acknowledgement. And she's like, I thought respect was one of the core values of Invictus. She said the fact that Harry didn't acknowledge anything shows a disconnect between what he claims is his commitment to veterans' causes and his motto, I am, you are, we are Invictus, and the actions that he actually takes to honor veterans. I agree. And basically what she's saying is Harry is talking the talk, but he ain't walking the walk. Spot on. Moving on. Now, let's not forget the whole Nigerian thing. Don't forget, she's 43% Nigerian now. She's 43% Nigerian. Previously, she claimed part Malta. Remember, she did a free trip to Malta with a genealogist. But now, of course, she has a sister, a Nigerian sister. All right. I think a lot of us were hoping she wouldn't start with the parade of clothing, but of course that didn't happen. She started already with the multiple outfit changes. It was inevitable. $700 sneakers. And then this was found by the Royal Grift. Apparently, her pay and expenses add up to over $631,000. And as was also expected, she started merching. Look at the Sky studs. They're only 2,000 pounds. Look at the trainers. They're only 700 pounds. Yeah, it's all merching. It's so cheap. So as I was saying before, now that Meghans there, remember, this is all part of her new rebranding. Don't think that just because she's there at Invictus that they're not working on her, her branding. All the pictures are very scripted and very carefully done. Now, with that in mind, I was wondering something. We know that everybody keeps saying Invictus is all Harry. It's really not. But again, when I saw this bit of Meghan putting the medals on these guys, Harry bringing up the rear. So after they get the medal from Meghan and they get the hug and kiss from Meghan, they get a congratulation from Harry. Harry is once again shunted to the back. And my question was, why? What's going on here? And then I saw it and I was like, oh my God. It's being reported that there's a photo ban for Harry. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait. I don't see the Netflix cameras. Okay, I see people running around like this guy here, but what's going on? Are they filming again? And then I saw this. Oh, what do you know? They're filming. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think they're back to filming, and that's why Meghans got the multiple outfit changes, and they're pushing so hard to make it look like the stadium is full. And look at this. The guy's there. This is the same stuff we saw last year. Nothing's changed. I mean, it's not just me, right? You guys see the camera people here? You see them running around taking video of them? I'm not just blind, right? Maybe they're going to try for another Invictus next year. I mean, look at that. Unbelievable. Well, as usual, I want your thought processes. And make sure to leave those comments good because I'm watching them. All right. You know what to do.